Morning, everybody. Got a little different video here for you. I ask you to please actually watch the whole thing here because we got some questions and we want to hear back. We want feedback from everyone. We've been thinking about starting a new channel, one that is for motorcycle riders. Anyone that travels could actually watch them, but mostly for motorcycles. And why that is if you've ever ridden motorcycle in the state of West Virginia, you don't know what you're going to run into. Kind of my plan in a nutshell is to do like route videos. Say you take this road, go to this road, make a big circle ride, whatever that may be. But each week or whatever, have new routes. Have your time, your gas station, scenery, and have all that stuff. Like if you've got good scenery on this road, on a scale of 1 to 10, whatever. And these videos will be like I carry the cameras with me anyways. I run a dash one for those people that like their cell phones while they're driving. I run a dash one, and I run one on my helmet for scenery. And since I'm doing that anyways, is why this idea popped in my head. But like I hit a bad road yesterday, and it was a road that I'd been across 100 times, but I hadn't been across it in the last like 3 or 4 years. I didn't know it was that bad, and it kind of dawned on me like that happens a lot. And I'm just going to use like a reference road here. Like some of you may know this route, like Route 20. You jump on Route 20 and you ride it to New Martinsville. Well, you'll be able to see the grade of the road. Plus, me saying, this is a heavy traffic road. Out on a scale to 6, whatever the scale is that we come up with. The traffic is 4. Okay, the road condition is 4 out of 10. So and all these things, the mileage from this road till you connect to New Martinsville and jump on whatever you want to jump on to come back down and hit that, and have the mileage for each road, where good gas stations are for food, and gas stations that carry 92 or 93 octane for your bikes, unless you ride one of those other bikes that doesn't take that good gas. But little joke there. But myself, I see a great need for this. And these will be all across the state. Like if there's I ride a lot. Like it is March 12th right now, and we all know what January was. It was a foot of snow everywhere, and half of February was either freezing or snow. And it's the 12th of March. I've put 1,000 miles on my bike in 25. So I ride, and I've been all over this state working. So I would say a good 75% of it, I've been in these areas. Have I been on every road? Absolutely not. Have I been on enough to be able to look at a map? I'm that guy that still carries a paper map in my bike of the state of West Virginia, just for when everybody knows how the coverage in West Virginia is. So, but these routes, like if you want to ride down south, or you want to ride over in the eastern part of the state, through the mountains and stuff, there's several roads over there that I've met guys that have rode over to Petersburg or Seneca Rocks and stuff like that didn't even know these roads were there. And I'm like, dude, it's a 10 times better road than what you rode in on. I've been coming up here for 10 years, didn't know that road was there. Well, that's the point of these videos, and to give you like a couple years ago, I rode the Canadian border from Lake Erie, Pennsylvania, over to Maine, the Canadian border as you go around. And the first time I went through there, once I got in New York, I absolutely fell in love with upstate New York. I like a West Virginia boy here. Always said, no, you always hear people say, I have nothing, no reason to go to New York. There's a reason. Upstate New York is absolutely beautiful. Some of the best riding I've ever done, hands down. But I kind of didn't know that you get up in the farm country, there's only a gas station like every 40 miles. Yeah, that you know, especially if you got to stop alongside the road and use the bathroom in a state that will put you in jail for that. So, knowing these things ahead of the game, like these will be, like, YouTube has a thing about how many minutes you use in a video. So, like, I would sit down and watch a 15-minute video on the routes, the safety of that route, where gas stations, where restaurants are. And you can look at me and tell, like, I usually plan a ride when I actually go on a ride around a restaurant. I'm not even joking. But, like, where there's restaurants at, where you can stop at, the road conditions, the traffic, and anyone in north central West Virginia over to the Ohio border and north knows the well traffic, the oil field traffic. These roads will, I'll throw that kind of stuff in there. If you got heavy traffic or they're drilling or fracking or something on this certain route, you know, the week that I put it up, you know, for a good month, that's probably not a good route for you to take because of the heavy truck traffic and what they drag out on the roads. So, and also that, like, if there's a dirty road that's always dirty, you know, like I'm talking pea gravel and gravel kick up on it, along with road debris, that'll be stuff that I say. But, you know, I'll have this all together. I was going to have a worksheet made up, you know, and like I'll have maps. Like, I'll put them on the screen when I'm doing the videos. And, like, if there's a road that if I suggest that you don't go across it, you don't need to take a bike across it. Because I've taken some of my Harleys on four-wheeler trails, okay? And not purposely. It ended up like that, but I'm like, it'll go. I'm going. Most people ain't like that. So, if I say do not go across the road, don't go across this road. But then, like I said, I'll have a scale. You know what I mean? And you can take that into accordance. You know, if you got, like, inexperienced riders or, you know, someone that's not as good a rider, hey, I probably shouldn't take this route, or we were planning on that, but I think I'm not going to now. And that's kind of what I'm trying to achieve with this. So, like, inside the state of West Virginia, I'll run this, okay? Sorry, I had to move the camera there. Sun was ruining everything. But, yeah, inside the state of West Virginia, I will try to route everything I can. And, you know, going forward, I don't care to ride, so I'll be able to map this stuff out. And as much as I ride, it's useful information. But at the base of this, it'll be, you know, you check out this video, you'll have, you know, say you want to take a 6-hour ride to somewhere. You'll be able to look up the video by the route numbers. Like, that'll be the video name, like Route 231850 home, wherever, you know what I mean? Say you want to take those routes, you'll know where the gas stations are. You'll know the mileage of each road before you have to take turnoffs. You'll know, you know, the condition of the roads and the traffic. Like I said before, there's a safety aspect in that with who you got riding with you or yourself. I mean, not everybody jumps on a bike and knows what they're doing. Everybody's got to learn, and everybody's got to ride. So that being said, there's like I said earlier, I would sit down and watch a 50. If I wasn't 100% sure about all the routes I was taking, I would absolutely sit down and watch a 15-minute video just to know where everything is. You know, your gas stations or restaurants, or if the road is being repaved, or there's a lot of road work, or the oil field come through there and put in rock line ditches up the side of it, and there's mud and everything else been on there for weeks. Them are routes that I would stay away from for a couple more weeks, or until get tornado rain to clean them off, since the state don't. But throughout throughout the entire state, like, I don't know, like I've like I said before, I've been all over this state. Have I ridden all over the state? No, but I've worked it. And like the southern part of the state, like most of the people in the northern part don't really go down there on big rides or whatever. They'll take the 4-lane. But I can get you all around this state without ever touching 4 lanes. And that's the premise of this channel, is 2-lane. And of course you've got to cross or use a 4-lane here or there, which is fine. But I know most people don't like 4 lanes, or just don't care to ride them. It's not as fun. But like I said, I want to scale everything. You know what I mean? If the road's in good shape and it's easily rideable and it's got, it's a fun ride, then it'll be a 7, 8, 9. If it's dirty and there's a lot of potholes or a lot of driveway cut-ins or blind turns and stuff like that where you got to watch yourself, it'll be in the 5, and I'll let you know that in the voiceovers. Like I said, it'll. My plan is just to have the video playing of the good sites and any danger places, you know what I mean, that you can, oh man, I see that where the road's washing off, or that it's starting to slip, and you get them slip outs in the road. Them are probably the most dangerous because they throw you so much. But while the video's playing, I'll be voiceover, because I can't run volume on these cameras anyways, because you get so much wind. I've did some test studies, but possibly down the road get better cameras and stuff like that, absolutely. But still, it's just the droning of a bike, and but I think that is something that is needed and would be well taken, by people. Like I said, I'd sit down and watch it if I was going, anywhere that I wasn't 100% sure about every road I was on. And, I do a lot of riding outside the state too, and I know a lot of guys around here do. They ride Ohio a lot, and there's someone there that I want to do too. I actually want to do the triple nickel. I went on it last year. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's a road that you don't take newbies down. It's 555 over in Ohio, and it actually leads to the triple nickel Harley. Well, it leads to a town, I can't think of it off the top of my head now. But it's an absolute great road. Do you got to know what you're doing? Absolutely. It's high on the danger meter, especially if you don't pay any attention. Or you're new. There's bad turns, drop-off turns, but it's actually a good road. But it drops off. Getting stuck on that. But going further, it'll be outside the state too. But there's routes everywhere, and like full circles. Like on the rides, I'll try not to ever hit the same road twice. There's several places where you have to backtrack some, but I personally don't like that, so I know most people don't like that. So that's what we'll push for, is full circle rides where you can have a starting point no matter where you're from, but know all the information going into the ride that you need to know, going forward, and the safety aspect. But that being said, I've like this bike here. I've personally had this bike. Far west is, I think, Jasper, Texas, across the whole southern border. Like me and my wife several years ago, I don't even think we touched a 4-lane until we got back into West Virginia, and that was just for time, because we rode from Pensacola, Florida, all the way up through Alabama, Georgia, Kentucky. I don't remember once we got up there, but we literally two-laned it all the way from Pensacola, Florida to Princeton, West Virginia. And by that time, I had to stop down there. I think it took us 2 days, a day, then the next day I had to make a stop in Princeton, and I ended up four-laning it the rest of the way home because I was back in West Virginia. I worked down there and knew all those places, so I was like, I'm just going to four-lane and go home. But that being said, like, you can go anywhere on 2 lanes. So, like, that's the point of this channel, is to, show you the routes, let you know all the information that you need going into the routes. And then, like, if I got one video doing, this road here north, then you cut onto another road and you hit that south. The next week I might, where you cut onto that road and went south, cut on that road and go north and finish a circle in another way. I mean, there's a lot of roads, in northern West Virginia where you can make a full day ride and never ever see the same road. And that's the point, and get this stuff cataloged, and you can pull it up and be like, all right, well, this is a 4-hour ride, and that's stopping and eating. So if you and your people want to go on a Sunday afternoon ride or something, you can make it back at a reasonable hour and be ready for work on Monday. So that being said, please share this video. Please get the word out, because if it does get good, everybody says they'd like to see a channel like that, then we'll start it. And like I said, I record everything anyway, so that was the kind of premise. Instead of putting it on this channel, having it its own channel, that way it's not in with the car videos and stuff. So just let me know. I'll share this to my YouTube, and then you guys just let me know. Actually, I always ask for people to comment on stuff, but actually comment, because like going forward, if we do this and Joe Johnson wants to know about this road here to this road here, going to do a ride from this county to this county, and was wanting to know about it, we'll do that ride. You know what I mean? We'll go down and we'll ride it, and and we'll put it on there. So that being said, just let us know, and as always, we love you and we thank you guys for that this channel is growing. Slowly, but it's growing, and we're getting a lot of good feedback about it. But please share this video and get this out there, because this is something that I love working on cars, and I love my cars. But like I live on this thing. Like I ride everywhere. Like I don't, if I don't have to, I don't drive a vehicle. If I lived down south, this thing would have 100,000 miles on it already. So, that being said, just share the video and let me know, because what you guys think about it is if everybody starts giving me thumbs up or saying yes, that's a great idea, then we'll get started on it. We'll fire that channel up, and we'll start kicking rocks down the road, But that being said, love you guys, and we thank you for what you do. And as always, God bless.